SABC News reporter Hasina Gori has been covering the West Village attack in Krugersdorp in the West Rand. Police Minister Bheki Cele briefed the media afterwards. Good afternoon to you, Hasina. Of course, not to make light of this moment, but we are dressed very similarly. Great minds think alike. But let's bring us up to speed in terms of this case. I mean, I'm even lost for words. This is one of those cases that have shocked South Africa across the board. So Minister Cele was there, saw the families. Talk to us about, what he said afterwards after, visiting with those families.
This is about 3 days since, the incident took place in West Village in Krugersdorp. We've not heard much on the victims and the family until this moment. And today, Police Minister said he came through with his team, not just the police, but also those from the Department of Social Development, from the Community Safety, MEC's department here in Gauteng as well, just to meet with the family as well as with the victims. He said that as the ministry, though, they did not speak with the females as they still either quite young, but also investigations are still ongoing and police have not yet even taken any statements from them. We know the youngest was 19 years of age. 6 of the 8 females are from Alexandra in the north of Johannesburg. We don't know where the other 2 are at this moment. Said the families are trying to still process, even the victims, trying to process what exactly took place, really asking for some space at that time. And I said, I think we should, take a listen to what exactly were his words speaking to us outside with regards specifically to the emotional state of the victims.
Police are investigating. We'll have to find exactly what has happened. And then I know that many people have been arrested, but we need the real perpetrators among those people. The evidence that has been collected by the police, biological evidence, as I've said, will have to help us to link the real perpetrators. Some, as they are collected as illegal foreign nationals, yes, but we need these perpetrators. For some reason, somebody has sent in the social media the names and the addresses of these families and kids. Let me tell you, they are quite traumatized. They are not on a good shape, mental and otherwise. Hence, the province under MSC Faith have sent psychologists and the social workers to come and work with them. We'll be doing that. I have spoken to the Minister TSD to send further support mechanism to them going forward. I know that in the Office of the President under Dr. Shisane, they're working on restorative. How can they help the kids going forward? Maybe is where the journalists themselves can help, because I'm told that there are journalists that are going in the homes of these children. Look, they are young, they are children. Some of them, 19, they look quite frail, they look quite traumatized. If they can be given the space to really understand what has happened together with their parents, it can be something good. All of us here, they are not movies themselves. They are human beings. Beyond them, you see that there are people that are broken. So we will, even if you make the story out of it, remember that there are people that really have gone through a terrible, terrible experience.
Hasina, now that is actually quite upsetting to know that, the homes of these young girls were leaked, on the social media trends. And again, it puts a spotlight on just how sensitive we need to be, especially to rape victims, to allow them that space. But talk to us about, just also for the benefit of our viewers, just in terms of some of the discrepancies in the story. As the minister said, some 80 to 83 people have been arrested. Talk to us about just, what led to their arrests, number one, in terms of just the sheer number of these people that were arrested, and also the girls themselves. In some instances, we know that there were 12 and they were shooting a video in this particular area in Krugersdorp. But in some other reports, we understand that there were only 5 girls who were victimized and who were raped. So just give us some of the facts that are coming out of the story.
So for the beginning, I think to start, we should understand that it happened on Thursday between at least 12, which is about noon, till about 4 o'clock from what we understand from the police. We spoke with the district commissioner yesterday. He took us to the scene. Quite a beautiful mine dump. It's an abandoned area. You can understand the idea or the concept behind whether or not they were shooting a music video, but why they chose that specific space. It's a believable and plausible background to quite a beautiful setting. We told that there were 12 females that were part of this group. From there, 8 of them only were victims of sexual offense. The district commissioner explained to us quite in detail what took place. 10 of the group, so it was 12 females and then 9 males that were part of this group, all shooting this music video. They were busy on the one side, quite close to the mine dump, and once you get into that area, there's no way to run out. It's only where your cars are parked. Not quite a large distance from there, but there's no way out. They were ambushed, surrounded by 10 men that went to the people that were at the mine dump. And when they tried to run back to their cars and vehicles, they found 10 other men, all dressed in blankets as well as balaclavas, so hiding their identities completely. And they tied all of them up and apparently raped the first woman in front of everyone, and then taken each female away to different spots where they were then violated, some consecutively by different people, some alone. We told sorry about that, we told, according to some reports, that one woman was raped at least 10 times by various different males. So quite a traumatic incident. We uncertain as yet of that production company. There's no news from them, no reports on the name of that, but also a call for sensitivity around this for rape victims. I feel that we sometimes want to humanize it by bringing a face and a voice to it. But in this case, I don't think we need even to hear a face to know that this was quite a heinous crime. It was traumatic. And they've asked, can you imagine the family of that victims hearing that your child was a victim of this crime? Would you be able to even process it? And I think really allowing them that time to get the psychological help that they need. With regards to those that were arrested, 64 were arrested. 2 of them had been shot dead during that altercation with the police. We told by the police that many of them are quite armed, and when the police do try and patrol in that area, that they do shoot back. So 63 have been arrested. Yesterday when we were in the area, at least another 17 were arrested. All of them will be appearing tomorrow at the Krugersdorp Magistrates Court, all for the contravention of the Immigration Act. Many of them, all of them, if I'm not mistaken, were undocumented. Also, one will be facing charges of copper theft. They were found with illegal copper, stolen copper. They're still waiting. There was a lot of DNA. There was a lot of body fluids that was collected from the scene. They even brought out a dog that can, sorry about that, no problem. That can sniff out specific evidence such as that, and they will hope to link them then to that the rape kits that were taken and the evidence that was taken from there, and link them to this crime. But for now, all of them will be facing contravention of the Immigration Act.
Of course, this is a developing story, Hasina, so let's leave it there for now. What is probably some positive news is that at least now a spotlight has been cast on West Village. We understand that community members have been, asking for assistance from police, because we understand there's also been several other gang rapes that have happened in that specific area. But thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Of course, we'll get more update as and when they come out. Thank you so much. That was Hasina Gori.